The Global Latin Factor Podcast.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I never liked that. And I liked what Floyd did because he started the blueprint, and then Canelo's is following up too.
Yeah, Canelo's following right behind him. So.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Why would you need him?
Yeah.
Why? They don't risk their life. They don't get punched in the face.
Yeah.
You know?
So everything just go to you.
Exactly.
So everything just go to you.
And I give it to Floyd for that, bro. And Canelo too, because Canelo, the same thing. So another thing about Canelo that I learned is that he wants to be a billionaire. So right now he's into real estate. So he's buying a lot of real estate, and he's about to open up some gas stations in Mexico. So that way, just like Floyd, that he makes money already without having to do and have a lot of land.
He just opened another store. Floyd, he just opened another store.
Did he?
Yeah, he's got his own store now, like his own jewelry store, like all
jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he opened it like I think a week before, a couple of days before he fought Logan. Yeah, he opened.
It makes sense because all the attention's on him at that time. I didn't know he had opened it.
Yeah, he just
in
opened
Vegas.
Yeah, I think it's in Vegas. Yeah, I believe it's in Vegas.
Yeah, well, he has the entertainment place also in Vegas.
Yeah, he got his own skatering on the club. He got his. I heard that he got his own. He got his own boxing like like the fitness.
Yeah. He does. He has his own fit. He has his own gym.
Yeah. I know he got his own gym, but he got his own fitness gym.
Okay, so
basically they said he got more than one. That's what I was heard, and I was like,
so a chain of fitness gyms
yeah,
now.
like a chain of fitness gym. Yeah,
nice.
he got that too. I seen who was posting about it.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that, and then it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he went to you know who Warren Buffett is. So Warren Buffett is an investor. He's one of the richest men in the U.S. He's like number 3 or 4 in the world. So he went to him and met with him. I don't know how many times, but I know he met with him at least once. Mm-hmm. So you know that man knows where to put money. You know how to invest to make money, because that man started from investing, and that's how he became a billionaire. Like he has billions of dollars. This old guy. And all he does is invest, and it makes sense to go to the people that know to get the knowledge. You know, you already have the money. You just need to know what to do with it. So he went to him, and was smart, and got some wisdom from him. Tell him. Probably, whether he paid him or not for it, just put your money here, go here, and this and that. And Floyd took off with it. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to invest your money, though. And even though he flaunts and all this and that, or whatever, but at least now he has money that, what they call it, passive income. Yeah. Well, all he does is that money just comes. He doesn't have to do anything more. That money is just making money.
It just come. He can sit there and relax, and money just come to him.
Yep. So, and the same thing for Canelo. It's the same thing. He's buying real estate. He's opened up a chain of gas stations in Mexico.
I didn't know he was doing that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and check it out. So I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mexico. So when I was born in Mexico, they had what they call robachicos, which is kidnappers for kids. They used to steal kids. And when he was 5 years old, his dad had a popsicle shop, like an ice cream shop. They used to make ice cream. That's where he started from. So he used to take lunch to his dad when he was like 5 years old. So he'd get on the bus, take his lunch to his dad. And one day, this lady tried to kidnap him at 5 years old. He said that he got out the bus and he noticed some lady was following him. Like, why is she following? And then his brother was close by, like, hey, this lady's following me. And his brother's like, run. He took out running, and he said that the lady tried to grab him. His brother was trying to fight her off. The lady bit the brother. And he finally got off and got away and got to his dad's shop. It's like, hey, Dad, this lady's trying to chase me and try to take me. And then they had to get the police involved to try to free the guy, because the lady was claiming that they stole him from her. That he was actually stolen from the U.S. and brought over because he was redhead and like freckled kid, looked like an American kid. So the police had to intervene and all this stuff. Like, nah, lady, you're crazy. And that happened over there in Mexico, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they be stealing kids over there sometimes.
Well, I heard a lot of stuff they be doing. Like,
I don't know if it's a lot more, but I know they do it too. And they do try to kidnap kids because, then you got to, that's another story for cartels and all that stuff. But yeah, it happens. But it's crazy to me that happened to him. Yeah. That they tried to kidnap him when he was 5 years old. And he got away. Anything like that happened to you? Nobody trying to kidnap you?
Nah, nobody trying to kidnap me.
All right, so what's your next step now? So when do you think you're gonna be ready for the pros? I know you're putting on amateur work. I know you're disciplined. Your coaches are on you to make sure you stay on the right path. So where you headed next?
I want to fight a couple more amateur fights this year. I want to fight a nationals either, probably end of the year, and maybe next year. I was thinking about turn pro next year, but I want to feel a lot more comfortable. So I was thinking about 2023. So I was probably feeling like maybe 2023 I might want to turn pro. I want to have enough fights, make sure I learn enough experience that I know that I'm actually ready for this game. Like this is a different step. Like this is another step ahead of me. So I know I gotta be real disciplined for that. So
yeah. Have you ever been interviewed? Have you ever done something like this before?
This is my first time.
This is your first time?
I have been interviewed, but it wasn't like this. You know?
Yeah.
I have been interviewed, but it haven't been like this.
Well, hopefully once you make it to the pros and you get your first victory, you can honor us with another interview, and we can talk about the experience at that time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that you are, bro.
Okay,
so
I will.
I'm write your number down, bro. I'll make sure I text you.
Yeah,
Don't be changing your number as soon as you make a pro, bro. All right. So another lady I want to talk about is Marlene Sparsa. So for a long time, I didn't know that women boxing was not in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it's very recent that it just happened to me. Even though there has been like you talking about Muhammad Ali's daughter was a boxer, all that, and they have women boxing, but actually Olympian, they didn't have that. And that to me is crazy. How that just happened, 2018?
Yeah.
What? Mm-hmm. What the heck was that about? Like, how is that possible?
I've been watching some of the female boxers on social media. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Like, see, a lot of them, someone talked to me, they on social media, they in USA Boxing.
Oh, yeah?
They're real good. Like,
what do you think of Shields?
Oh,
she cold.
She's cold.
She's so cold.
Now she won MMA.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, she's on.
She about to debut not that long from now.
Yeah, I think like a week or two from now. Or?
I believe it's getting close to that time, and she's been training her butt off.
Yeah. What you think about her going to MMA?
Okay, so MMA. You know how right now it's trendy right now that the MMA fighters are going to boxing.
Yeah.
For me, I like watching both.
Yeah.
I like watching both, but I feel that professional boxing is always more superb. It's going to be superb for a long time than MMA boxing.
Yeah.
So anytime an MMA fighter is going to come over, it's almost going to be for certain that the boxer is going to win. Yeah. Like a professional boxer. Not Jake or not freaking Tyron Woodley. No, not that. But an actual professional is always going to be. And there had been other boxers before that had done the crossover. There's a Holly Holmes was an actual female boxer before. Yeah, she's a champ. Okay, so she was like a 3-4 division champion already in boxing, professional boxing.
Yeah.
And she went to MMA and became a champion there. So I know that they're doing a big deal about Shields. I get it. It's cool, whatever. But she wasn't the first. Not to mention there was another guy a long time ago, he was a boxer as well and went to MMA and made the transition. They were not as popular, but it has already happened before. Was he
good?
He was pretty decent. He was pretty decent. Even the boxing, you can tell automatically when he was in the cage. He fought for the UFC, and I can't remember his name, but you can tell there's a big difference in the boxing, bro.
Yeah.
He knew how to wrestle, how to defend takedowns, but he was already cold in the hands. Like you can automatically see, like, oh yeah, it's way superb.
Yeah.
So the good thing about her is that she's young, she's coachable, and she's doing everything right. And she went to a good training. She's training with a group of people. They're teaching her the ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's open-minded to learn everything. And she'll tell you in an interview, yep, I don't know nothing. Now, coach said, what is your most fear? Oh, it's my fear so they can take me down and I can't get up. Okay, get on the ground. And he has somebody get on top of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to face that fear already.
Yeah.
Face that fear that you're okay. Like, so, you know, you got to find a way. And it's all technique too.
Yeah.
Boxing's technique and that's technique. So I feel like she's been training a lot more and taking the steps necessary that I think she's going to be really good.
Yeah, I think so too. Like,
as long as they don't take her down, and she's for right now until she gets better in the ground, because it takes years to get that down. As long as she can defend the takedown for right now, bro, in the hands,
she's cold.
She's gonna be really good. In the beginning, she might struggle.
I wonder if she gonna continue to, do it, or she gonna go back to the boxing. Or
I think right now she says she maxed out pretty much she just finished everybody there is to finish wherever in her weight category. So there's really nobody else to clean up. I think maybe there's one other girl out there that it might be a potential boxing fight. But I think she's right now is gonna stick to from the interviews that I've seen, she's gonna stick to MMA. So, but she is, again, she's coachable. She's open-minded. She's not overthinking that she's gonna be the best.
Yeah.
She understands it's like they call it a learning curve, right? So when you start something new, you start like this at the bottom, and then eventually you start like peaking, and you get where you don't know nothing, and then before you know, you start getting better, and you eventually you shoot up. So so she understands that, and that's what I liked about her. I watched a couple interviews. So I think she's gonna win her first fight.
I think she is too.
I think so too.
She's too disciplined right now. She's real focused. She's training with some real good fighters, you know. So
bro, I like the way she be talking to interviews. Bro, she be run her mouth.
She run her mouth.
Hey, but she backs it up every single time. And I don't mind the ones that talk. I don't like the ones that get too personal, bro. I don't think it's necessary. I like the spectacle. I like you to get mouthy because you need it, because people like that. But I think there's a limit to it. You can't get disrespectful to like going to families and things like that, or the pushing thing. I don't like that. What if you get hurt?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't be doing all
that. Happened too not that long ago on an MMA fight. They were doing a weigh-in, and they were doing the face-off, and one of the fighters pushed the other guy, and he pushed him so hard. Of course, MMA fighters, like they weight cut a whole lot more. Yeah. Like they 15, 20 pounds sometimes to weight cut. Boxers maybe less, but bro, he's already depleted. He's haven't had food in forever in a day. He's all dehydrated, and that fool just pushed him and broke his collarbone. So they canceled the fight.
Damn.
So they ain't getting paid.
That's crazy.
Bro, you can't be touching people. Like, save it for the ring.
Yeah, you could.
And you're going to get paid.
You could talk, but
your
hands on each other, you going to fight the next day.
You're going to really fight.
Yeah, that's the only thing, like, when I was like, man, like, it's funny because the same thing talking about my cousin just asked me the same thing. He said, when you ever get pro and you ever get big, and they start talking trash in your face, what you going to do? You going to talk trash, or you going to try to fight right there? Like, just be honest, I'm gonna be the most calmest man ever. I'm gonna talk my little stuff, but I'm gonna be the guy like I don't like to talk too much. I like to actually back it up. Like I don't like, I'll say a little bit, but eventually I'll be quiet for a while. Like that's just my thing. I'll be quiet I'll let you talk, and then boom, I might say something. But in the ring, that's the time really like that's my hands gonna do the talking.
I like what you said earlier about Canelo too. That he's really not about the talking.
Yeah.
Because eventually, you're gonna meet him in the ring.
Yeah.
And another fighter that I like, that's MMA fighter, is Habib Nurmagomedov. He's from Russia. He's undefeated. He retired already. He was 29-0 on MMA, but he didn't talk a lot. He stayed quiet.
Oh, I got that beat.
Connor.
McGregor.
Yep. That same guy.
I tapped him out.
Yeah, he retired finally. His dad passed away from corona, and he's Muslim, so they're real about their word. So he's a man's man, bro. He's not about playing around. And if he said that he's retired because his mom said he didn't want to fight him no more, and he promised his mom he's over, and maybe they have a conversation with his mom, and maybe he goes back in the ring, but I don't think he's gonna fight again. And supposedly there was an interview that Floyd Mayweather's camp had reached out to his camp, and they offer like $100 million to fight him.
Fight Floyd?
Fight Floyd. Habib
how long
and
ago
Floyd.
Was this?
Not that long ago.
I know it was talking about a couple years ago. Like
it was maybe within a year ago that they were talking about it.
Yeah, I seen that was talking about it.
Yep.
100 million?
100 million, he said. It was his manager is the one that broke the story. They say, oh, yeah, because everybody's talking about Mayweather during this time. And he said, oh, yeah, his camp reached out. They wanted to put up 100 million.
Have you heard that Floyd's going to get to Octagon?
Which one?
Mayweather. He's going to get an Octagon. I heard about it.
He shouldn't get it. He shouldn't get on the Octagon.
He should never do that.
No.
That's one thing. Out of him and Shields, I would say Floyd never should get it. He should not get in that. Like.
Okay, so if he, I don't think so. I hope he doesn't. He can do the pro wrestling. Yeah. He's done it before, and it was cool. Like the WWE and stuff. Yeah, that. But not the Octagon, bro. It's a whole different animal over there, bro.
Elbows and kicks and knees, you seeing everything.
All you gotta do is take him down. That's what I'm saying. Your Shields, as long as she good defending the takedown, she's gonna be great for a little while until she gets better in the ground. But all you gotta do is take Floyd to the ground. You can't punch from your back. Not as effective.
Yeah.
So they neutralized him right there. If I was to fight him and I was in MMA, I'll take him to the ground.
That's exactly what I would do.
Exactly. Take him to the ground. And then just keep him there and then work my, ground and pound, and then that's it. Yeah, I would. I heard rumors about that, but I don't think he would.
Yeah,
He's too smart.
He's too smart.
He's too smart. And
I think he was just doing it just to show, like, he was in the octagon. He was, like, walking in the octagon, like, oh, I'm the king of the octagon and stuff like that. But in my mind, like, he's not going to do it. Dang.
I think he be doing that trolling too. he be trolling, like low key. He don't even have to say nothing. Like he'll just tell somebody hey, start this rumor. Like okay, he's gonna get in the cage. Oh yeah, and then everybody and their mom would be talking about it. You know what I mean?
Talking about it, so.
Yeah, and then he said too, like on the interview from the last interview I seen him. He said, "Y'all don't have to write about me. Like y'all the ones that give me everything. Like y'all the ones that give me all the spotlight. Y'all don't have you as of right now. You don't have to write nothing about me.
Yeah,
I don't care if you do or not. But y'all the ones that do it.
Yeah.
So y'all the ones that make me relevant. So thank y'all. It is true.
It is true though. But
anything he does, boy, he's nieces. Mayweather's nieces.
He's already the A game, so like you just everybody, like you said yesterday after the fight, like y'all can talk about me. I can say what y'all want to see. You can say bad stuff, good stuff. It don't matter. Like he really don't care no more. Like he don't care what nobody say. He's already the A game. He's already on top. Yeah, so.
And again, he's already, like he said, he's already retired.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get in a pro, which makes sense. He understands that Father Time is undefeated. He knows that he's gonna get older. He's happily embracing that he is. He's a granddad, so he ain't got nothing to prove no more. You know?
Yeah, he proved everything.
Everything that he needed to. Right now, he's just getting the bags, and why not?
Yeah,
I don't blame him either. Yeah. Get the bags if you can.
44 years old, man, still getting money.
And that's what I was telling you earlier. Like when he was coming up, they weren't paying him that much. Yeah. So why not make it up now? That you don't really run too much of a risk, and you're gonna make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
For a spectacle, just like a light workout for him, like a light spark for him. Mm-hmm. So I don't see nothing wrong. So I was telling you earlier. So okay. I think for me personally, I think that the GOAT argument, they throw it a lot just for promotion purposes. Like the networks of any sports, it helps create controversy and conversation about who's the GOAT.
Yeah. Like
if Michael Jordan was the GOAT, or if Kobe was the GOAT, and things like that, or Floyd Mayweather was the GOAT.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't make sense. So the GOAT, greatest of all times, right? So greatest of all times. So does those people already know when time's gonna end? Is that what they're saying? That you know what I mean?
I never thought about that one.
And then, okay, Muhammad Ali at one time, at maybe they didn't use GOAT, but they thought he was the greatest of all time for one moment. Tyson for a long time, they thought he was the greatest of all time for that one time.
Yeah, for one time.
I like the term "best of our generation."
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather was the best of our generation. But we don't know what's going to happen if boxing continues, if people don't feel like it's too savage, that we just need to stop doing the sport. Who knows what's going to happen in 20, 30 years from now, Yeah. Maybe you become one of the, on your way over there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you'll become the GOAT talk, Mm-hmm. But we don't know because you don't know what's going to happen 40, 50, 60 years if the sport's still around at that time.
Yeah.
We don't. Maybe there's really one guy that comes in and all of a sudden, he has a punching of a Tyson, and he has the defense of a Mayweather, and he has a charisma of an Ali. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And why not? It's possible, right?
Yeah, it's always possible.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody thought Will Chamberlain was the GOAT, and then it moved to whoever else was. Bird was the GOAT, and then Michael Jordan, and then Kobe Bryant, and then LeBron now, and who knows who's going to come after LeBron.
Yeah.
We don't know when time is going to end. So the greatest of all time is I know y'all like it for argument to just create commentary and try to sell who's the best in this, but at the end of the day, I don't believe in that term.
Yeah.
Greatest of our generation, I agree. But the GOAT, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Canelo.
Canelo.
Well, he already retired though, so that generation for his generation, yes. Yeah. But then Canelo's doing things that haven't been done, bro. He's moving up in weight after weight after weight,
and he's beating him,
bro.
He's being champion. He's beating him. He's beating the belt.
And he's making the bags too, just like Floyd.
Yeah.
And he's setting himself up for his future.
Yeah.
And he wants to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Floyd has made billions of dollars though. He did. He has made minimum $1 billion in his entire career. Yeah. He has easily.
And he's still making money.
He's still making money. Retired. I see why people don't like him. I would be jealous too. I mean,
I'm not jealous of Floyd.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying in general, people that don't like him.
That don't like him.
Yeah.
And sometimes he just say stuff just to say stuff like.
Because it's gonna trigger people.
Yeah, just try to trigger people. Like you just be saying like man, this one guy was arguing with me because after the Logan fight, he was arguing about man, Floyd lost. Like man, I'm not gonna argue about this fight, man. Like,
but what did he lost? Well, what did he lost if there was no judges?
That's what I'm saying. With no judges.
No judges.
In my opinion, I was telling he was showing me the scorecard. I'm like, dude,
so
basically he was looking at the opposite what Logan throw. Logan throw 144 power punches. But he missed. He only landed 21. He only landed 21 of them. So the guy was thinking like, oh, he threw 144 power punches. He landed all of them. Like,
you know what you should have done to end the argument? Just Google exhibition match and just point out that like, you see that?
Yeah.
It says exhibition.
Well, I screenshot it.
Yeah.
And I told him. He feels so salty. He's like, wow, man. I'm like, okay, then I gotta show you.
It's
proof.
not a
contest.
It wasn't a contest.
I told him like it didn't matter. Like,
yeah.
Like it's not a big deal. Like you trying to argue with something that didn't even matter.
It's not, it's not a it wasn't a competition. Yeah, they were boxing, but it was exhibition.
Yeah, like
to the fullest.
It didn't go on his record. It didn't go on nobody's record. So
no.
Like,
he had nothing to lose. But again, I told you the way that they politic.
Yeah.
That Logan, this is the fight of his life.
Yeah.
For what?
Fight his life.
It's not gonna affect his record. It's not gonna affect his record.
Yeah.
He's gonna make another 30 million just walking into the ring. Just 30. 30 million walking into the ring. That's it. Mm-hmm. Already made him a big bag, bro.
Yeah.
And he let you live.
And then each minute, he's still getting paid by each minute.
And he knocked you out. I held you, so you won't fall down. I saw the video, bro.
200-pound guy, he holds you up. He's only 55 pounds. He holds you up.
Bro,
that's crazy.
But did you feel like he did knock him out?
Yeah, I feel like if Floyd would have moved out the way and he would have fell to that ground,
he would fell.
Yeah, he would have fell. Yeah, Floyd would have knocked him out. I wish Floyd just never.
It looked like he was picking up his drunk homie. Like, come on, bro.
You gotta stand up. We gotta go. Stay strong for this.
You see all the memes? All the memes coming?
Bro.
Bro.
There's a lot of them. I've been laughing back to back, man. It's crazy. Like,
there's so many of them.
Man.
There's so many of them. What's your favorite one so far you seen?
Man, man, that's what I'm showing you. Okay, they got a it's a video of they got it's like actually Floyd in them, but they put like a picture of Floyd
I got
and a picture of Logan, and the guy Logan is swinging, he's missing. And I'm over laughing because the head's like this. And Floyd is weaving out everything. I'm like, man, I'm just dying. Because the video looks so funny because it looked like Logan's really was trying to hit Floyd, but you just couldn't hit him. Like, man.
And he couldn't hit him.
Yeah.
He really couldn't, man. And again, if I was to get in the ring with Mayweather for 8 rounds, most likely I'll get lucky and connect a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, it's just obvious. It's a boxing fight. Even... nobody ever said that Mayweather never got hit. He has one of the greatest defense, but it's still a boxing match.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna get connected.
Yeah.
It's only obvious for a monk. But I'm telling you, he's so good. The little smallest thing, like, he hit him with this, like, oh, really? He did hit him. Well, yeah, it's a boxing match. Even though it's exhibition, they're throwing hands. Of course, gonna get connect.
Yeah.
You know, even Spartan, he's getting connected. You know.
The thing about he ate the punches.
Yeah.
And you a 200-pound guy.
He did.
If you say like let's say Mike Tyson fought Floyd.
Yeah.
And let's say Mike Tyson. No, let me get it like this. Let's say Gervonta Davis fought Logan.
Yeah.
And
I think Tank will knock out.
Yeah, I think Tank will knock Logan out.
He'll freaking send him into. He might kill him, bro.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't play with him.
I think he might cripple him or kill him, bro.
Yeah.
I swear, that dude hit so hard. I think he would. He would never fight him though. Them dudes are smart. Them brothers are smart. They ain't dumb.
Yeah.
They ain't about to get in that ring with a real dude.
Yeah, they're not gonna get it.
If right now, in the condition that he's at, he fought another guy his weight was a cruiserweight. If Logan Paul would have fought a pro, maybe even semi-pro, barely debuted his fight, maybe a couple fights under his belt. If he would have fought him right now, Paul would have got his behind whooped so bad.
He probably won't retire.
He would have beat the brakes out of that dude easily. Yeah. So easily, you know? So that's what I'm saying. I think Floyd knew it was an exhibition.
Yeah.
You know, I think he could have finished him. And maybe he did held him so he wouldn't put him to sleep. Like, try to hold you, baby, try to put him to sleep. Like, you know?
It's like, hold my son.
But if he was any pro boxer, boxer guy, dude don't survive.
Yeah.
He'll retire probably.
Yeah.
Yep. Same thing for his brother. They do a great job moving their mouth, but they're not pros. They're not boxers.
They said they got that his brother's finna fight. Mayweather's gonna train him.
Oh yeah. Mayweather already he reached out. He was in the interviews I saw. He said, "Yeah, I'll train him." And in fact, he even want to sign him for a couple fights because he still have Mayweather promotions. So yeah, he wants to sign him because he's Tyron Woodley. He's an MMA fighter. He's just retired. So not he didn't retire. I'm sorry. His contract ended with the UFC. So now he's a free agent. So he's trying to look around for a gym. But if Mayweather's invited you over to come to train, I mean, even if you don't take the contract, I would just go and train.
I'll just go train.
He's saying he's going to train him. You know, whatever y'all worked out after that, I would.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know if he's going to stay in boxing, but if
he apparently he said he will. Okay, so here's the thing with that guy. Because again, I told you, I like both MMA and boxing. So Tyron Woodley just lost 4 fights in a row. And I don't think his heart's in it for MMA anymore. And that's what I think he said, that he preferred to go into boxing now. Yeah. Because he feels like he always wanted to box. So maybe he does boxing a couple. He's a pretty well conditioned guy. Yeah.
He look really big.
Yeah. He's big.
Yeah.
But I still feel like, and I know people are not gonna like me for this. Remember what I told you, boxing, whether it's boxing, even though he's not a true boxer all the way because he didn't start when he was little, professional boxing is superior than MMA boxing. Yeah. And I know that Woodley has his knockout punch or whatever, but if the dude don't stay focused, because he be on social media all the time, feel like everybody want to look at his face. Bro, stay in the gym, disappear for a little while, train your behind off, get in conditioning, and then if he wins, then maybe he'll get into another fight with a real fighter. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I feel like 2 things are gonna happen. Either Jake is gonna knock him out with the same stupid little straight right that he does. Yeah. Bro, he sets it up like jab, straight left jab, and you react to it, boom, overhand, and it's over. Yeah. And he did the same thing to Nate Robinson, both of them, and Ben Askren did same thing, bro.
I really thought Ben was gonna win, but I had a feeling Ben was gonna lose because the way he was training. Yeah. I looked some of his videos, and the highlights, little video he was training. He looked slow.
He gonna get knocked out.
His belly, which he had
a coach body, bro.
Yeah, he just had like a.
He looked like a coach. He didn't look like a.
he didn't come in shape like I already expect him to come in shape.
You know, he already had came up hip surgery 3 months before, right?
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. And he took that fight,
bro. But there's a reason why, though.
The money, the paper,
the biggest payday. Even though he was a champion in 2 organizations in MMA, is the biggest payday of his life. That's sad, right?
That's real crazy.
I don't like.
Well, I know boxing get paid in more than MMA. They
paid
millions.
And I'm not a big fan of that either. I think they risk more. They don't risk more of their life, but they do risk their life. Or any MMA combat they do, and they don't get compensated well for it. And freaking the UFC is a $1 billion company, so I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You think should these people get paid the same?
Hey, bro, do you know they only make like let's say you debut already as an MMA fighter? Maybe 20,000, 30,000, maybe even less to fight.
That's crazy.
That is sad and crazy. You know what I mean?
Dang.
So it's not there yet. I think it will get there, but I just don't like their pay.
Hopefully they get there, but
that's why boxing is more
interesting.
Well, it's a whole more history, but there's more history of boxing. Yeah, and then.
Well, I would say they both got history, but it just. Boxing is out there a lot more. So it's everywhere. It's more out there. Yeah. I mean, I used to watch UFC, but it wasn't very entertainment to me out there while I actually started boxing. So I just I'm just watching the fight.
You know why? So you know why I switched? Because I used to be like super into boxing for a long time, but Pacquiao fought Bradley the first time. And no way he lost that first fight, bro. He did not lose the first fight. They stole that fight from him, bro. They stole that fight. And I was so sick. I was so invested in boxing, watching it, buying pay-per-views, that when I saw that, I was disgusted. My stomach hurt that day, bro. I felt sick because they stole that fight from Pacquiao. He didn't lose that fight. I
watched some highlights. I feel like Pacquiao won that fight too.
He won. I watched the whole freaking fight, bro. Multiple times over, replayed, and I'm like, no way he lost the fight. I'm not a judge.
But if you was a judge, you would say.
But it's so logical to me just by looking, not just because I was a fan of the guy, but I'm like, dude, no way.
And sometimes you just gotta admit things that you can't just you just can't say this because you like that guy or that.
Yeah.
Shit fight. Like Logan, his brother, when he was talking about when Floyd lost, he beat the biggest fan. I seen his eyes, I was looking in his eyes in the video, I could tell his eyes, his brother lost.
Yeah, he lying.
I could tell in his eyes, even though the fight didn't make who won or lost, but if you really would count who won or lost, if Floyd had won, his brother would have been feeling salty that day.
And again, we go back. Show him the definition, the exhibition. How you gonna beat him, bro? He's not even in a real competition that. So what did he beat?
Yeah.
Shut up.
He was counting with two good punches of the fight.
Yeah.
That's it. And he was swinging all wide. He knows supposed to land it, so.
Yeah, I don't like that. So anything else you have for us, bro? Again, I hope you stay disciplined. Shout out to Trey and your other coach. What was your other coach?
Coach Tonio.
Yeah, I hope you stay disciplined. And again, I hope if you do stay on that path and they get you there, bro, hey, you're more than welcome to come through.
Always.
And we'll check you out and do an interview with you as a follow-up. And again, this is mostly a Latino, but I think that I at least told you a couple of things because the whole purpose of the podcast that I wanted to, besides putting content about Latinos, is that we're not more different than anybody else, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we cherish respect.
Yeah.
We had the same thing about that respect, right? Your family, you're going to defend your sister. I'm going to defend my sister. It's the same thing. We're not much different. And they always say that we're just like you. It's like the media and everybody else trying to, like portray something else about, but we're human beings at the end of the day, right? You're a person, I'm a person. You cherish your family, I cherish my family, things like that. Yeah. And that's the reason why we put together this. And mostly it's for Latinos and things like that, but I feel like, why wouldn't I be able to open my platform to see another side of something that we like in common? I enjoy boxing.
Yeah.
You know, I hit the bag and I'm never going to get in a ring like that, not that I would think of, but at the end of the day, I see that technique. I see what it takes to be a boxer, and watching it so many years, I'm like, wow, it's just little bitty things that you do that sets a difference. And again, even though it's a Latino platform, at the end of the day, I think you learn more about me today and the Latino culture, at least minimum what the difference is, and the same thing I learned about you. Yeah. How, again, just to show the same thing, that we're not different. We're just people. We're just literally people. We're just trying to make sure our families do better and make sure we do better and strive for more, you know? Make sure that you know that there's been people like Canelo that, went through some hard times, almost might have got kidnapped, might have not even, got his career where he's at. But at the end of the day, he continued working. And then again, we have in common the fact that we do like Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He's just up to me. He's just a human being. Yeah. He just know what he's doing, and he stayed disciplined, and he got to where he's at. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming through, bro. Anything else you have?
Nah. Well, I know for sure I'm coming back for sure.
Yeah. Any shout outs? So we record this, and then as we do, I'll send it to your coach. Okay. So he can tag you on it. But you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
I shout out to my girl because she, she been on me on a lot of things while eating and working out, and I really love that because I never had a good female like that. To be on my tail. Right. And I'm only 18, finna be 19 years old in a couple more days. Yeah. And her birthday is right after mine. But I shout out to her because she really helped me to get through a lot of stuff in boxing. Like she made sure I'm always training. Right after I leave here, we might go straight to play fitness. Cause that is how I am. I like to keep training.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So and I'm trying to drop down weight, so I want to fight at 132, 138. And I shout out to my coach, Tonio, cause he always always tell me what he give me a list. He do my condition. I love the things he do with me for the condition wise. Right. And the right things to eat for the morning and separate time. Right. And Coach Antonio, he's this, he's a good coach. Like from any fighter I knew that I used to box with him, man, like the guys that stop boxing because, bad things happen, sometimes it's just, school and college. But Coach Trey, he's a real good coach. Like he's real. He been on my tail, and he helped me go. He helped me been through a lot. Like since the last couple of months I've been with him, and he's like, and I just had a fight, and he was there. He was doing his job. He did everything that he had to do. But I shout out for everybody. I shout out to my family, my mother, some of my friends, and brothers. And
your sister, they used to fight.
Fight for. My sister never came boxers. That's the funny part. They always got more angry than me.
Yeah.
I know how to control my anger, but
yeah.
they never want to box. I told them, I said, you want to box? And they never want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I shout out to everybody, and I shout out to your channel. I'll come back. I'll come back for sure.
We'll put the content out on the YouTube and everything, and we'll send the video. Before I let you go, though, I do want to share something with you. It's just something that I've seen. Okay, so there's a movie in Netflix called Greater, and then there's another Latino that he was born in Guatemala, right? Yeah. And he wanted to be an astronaut. So he was born in I believe it was Guatemala or another country. So he was born in actually Costa Rica. I'm sorry. He was born in another country, and he wanted to be an astronaut. And when he was 15. He wrote a letter to NASA and told them, "I want to be an astronaut." NASA so happened that they answered to him and said, in order to be an astronaut, you have to be a citizen. So at that time, anybody that doesn't want it anymore will see like, oh, well, I can't be an astronaut because I got to be a citizen, right? So all he saw was like, oh, that means I got to become a citizen, So he moved with like $20 in his pocket to the U.S. and started working through school. So he can work and made himself an astronaut. As an illegal, became a citizen, and then made it all the way to space. Wow. As one of the first naturalized Latinos to ever make it to space. That's one example. So he didn't see that you got to be a citizen as an obstacle. He saw it as like, this is what you need me to do to become that. Mm-hmm. That movie Greater, the guy wanted to play for if it's a football movie, the guy wanted to be a lineman. He wanted to play for Arkansas. Mm-hmm. And they went to visit the school and talk to the coach. And the coach looked at him and was like, you're not big enough. You have to be at least 300 pounds and this and that. And then he went with his brother. His brother is like, well, that's it for us. He said you got to be 300 pounds. So that guy, the one that wanted to make it to Arkansas, he went to the little guy selling snacks and bought like 2 or 3 snacks and started eating. And his brother's like, what are you doing? And he's like, he said I have to be 300 pounds even to be considered for the program. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he didn't see it like, you're not 300 pounds, you're not going to make it. He saw it as like, this is what I need to do to get to the next level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So with that said is that if you stay disciplined, if you really want it, anything that anybody puts in front of it, you're going to be seeing it as like, this is what I need to do to make it happen instead of this is what is going to deter me. Yeah. This is what is going to prevent me from doing it. Because if you find an obstacle, all of a sudden you're just like, oh, yeah, I'm done. No, these dudes never saw that. These dudes saw opportunity. These dudes saw another step that they needed to complete in order to get to their goal. Yeah. And I think it's very significant from a Caucasian guy and a Latino guy that all they saw was that I just needed to do this to get to where I want to be. Yeah. So remember that anytime that you're around and you run into obstacles, that it doesn't matter if you really want it. You're going to make it happen. All right? And I'll see you here whenever you get back. We interview. We talk more about Floyd Mayweather. I'll tell you more of my controversies about him. And I appreciate you coming back, man. No problem. This is the Global Latin Factor Podcast. Again, we are just like you. We're just the spice in this global melting pot that it is the world. Until next time, see y'all.